I-70 eastbound is closed, as you can see behind me. I want to step behind the camera to give you a closer look here. Going to zoom in. As you can see, these flames right here that crews are still battling. I'm going to take a step back here. As you can see, this plane behind us is the plane Jim is talking about that had to land here, emergency landing around 4. Everyone needs to be watching for this postcard in the mail. If you're selected for jury duty, you can go to this link, which is where you can fill out the questionnaire. Results coming in as Senator Corman winning in the 34th district. As we're talking right now, the parade started. You can see the fire trucks, you can see police. I am in the passenger waiting room. As you can see, people still waiting here for a plane that is scheduled to be here around 5:30. In-State College, David Kaplan, WTAJ News. Woo! Yeah! This would now be your 6th consecutive term. So what's it like? Students are asking for toiletries and cleaning supplies, which you can see in this container right here, as well as with these paper towels. They're also asking for school supplies, which are in this backpack. This jury summons will now be a thing of the past for most people. Instead, people selected for jury duty in Centre County will now respond electronically. Rust on a rocker panel is just the beginning. Next, it starts cracking, which causes internal problems in the car. The Timothy J. Piazza anti-hazing law focuses on prevention, enforcement, and transparency to end hazing. The bill would give stiffer penalties to those convicted of hazing and require schools to have policies and reporting practices to stop hazing. Those schools would be required to report the incidents to parents, and student organizations like fraternities and sororities would be given specific rules to follow to eliminate hazing. The sponsor of the bill, Senator Jake Corman, says he was inspired by Timothy Piazza's parents.
His family's taken this on. I mean, they're a family of great courage that, despite having one of the biggest tragedies a parent can ever have, they've made this a movement. And it's not just in Pennsylvania, they're going around the nation.
Students say details of hazing cases have often been kept quiet until now, and there needs to be more serious consequences when it happens.
I think that making hazing a criminal penalty rather than just using less substantial claims of furnishing alcohol to minors and underage drinking, I think is a step in the right direction.
Corman says the Piazzas are hoping this bill will make sure their child's death to hazing is the last.
Hopefully give them a little solace that Timothy's death won't be in vain, that some good, meaningful reforms of state law will come from it, and hopefully, which I know they want, this will never happen to another child in Pennsylvania.
Senator Corman says he will bring the amended bill to the full Senate next week to be considered. In State College, David Kaplan, WTAJ News.
There's a lot of kids these days just don't want to get their hands dirty. I've noticed a lot of them just want to be famous, doing like videoing.
Garrett Johnsonbaugh is a senior at Bellefonte High. Thanks to 3 years of automotive classes at the Central Pennsylvania Institute of Science and Technology, he'll have his state emissions and inspection certification when he graduates in June. He says he wants to follow in his dad's footsteps and become a mechanic. He likes working with his hands, and the money isn't bad either.
It's paying very well right now. I actually have a job lined up with Firestone, and just to start out, they're going to pay me more than what my father makes already.
Garrett's teacher at CPI, Mike Sipe, says more and more auto techs are retiring, and unlike Garrett, it's hard to get most young people interested in their career because cars are constantly changing and getting harder to fix.
We can no longer just figure that anyone can come in and work on a car because of all the electronics and ignition modules and things like that that can be actually repaired incorrectly or more damage done.
These techs have to know how to reconstruct a car after an accident and rework sensors, wire harnesses, and the safety restraint system. Sipe has dealerships and local shops asking him for trained techs all the time, but the number of graduates isn't matching the openings. Take Karch Auto and State College, for instance. General Manager Sean Packer says they've been searching candidates for a while.
The problem now is you used to be able to contact those people and get someone pretty quickly as an intern or to fill a position. Now it's a lot harder. You contact them, there's so few of them that everybody's trying to grab them.
So what's this mean for the customer? A lack of techs means a longer wait to get your car fixed. And the timing couldn't be any worse. This is the peak time of year for auto work because of the weather.
If we could get more techs out there to perform the work on these newer cars, we could actually, pick up the work level, pick up the work pace, and we could, get people's cars fixed on a more timely manner.
Try right. Give me some ideas. Football scene. Oh, Merry Christmas. Pumpkin scene. Yeah, that's a good one.
For the last 2 weeks, when Sean Coral and his sisters Haley and Macy come home from school, they make Christmas cards. And more Christmas cards. And more Christmas cards.
I'm done.
And decorate them with stickers.
He's like,
160 Christmas cards for patients at Mount Nittany Health.
I just thought that they might be feeling a little bit discouraged and sad, so I wanted to get them something to make them happier.
Sean and his sisters wanted to send messages of hope and light to the patients here at the hospital by writing in their Christmas cards things like, "You will get better soon," "Hope you feel better and Merry Christmas," and "Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas." After all that hard work, Sean gives the cards to the director of volunteer resources at Mount Nittany Health.
Wow, thank you so much. Are they in here? Can you open them and show them to me? Oh my goodness.
And then there's a second layer.
There's a whole second layer back there.
Cards will start to be handed out to children this same day.
This time of year is definitely one where I think we all have our wish lists for what we hope to receive. So when I received the phone call that there was a youngster in our community that was wanting to give back to others, I knew that that was very special.
Sean's grandmother was treated at the hospital for cancer 3 years ago before she ended up passing away. So giving the Christmas cards to Mount Nittany specifically was a way to say thank you for all the hospital did. Sean's mother says she knows Nana would be so proud.
I'm not sure she'd be saying much of anything. She'd be wanting to cry.
Sean and his sisters want to give Christmas cards to people in need again next year.
What do you think, Mason? Want to do it next year?
In State College, David Kaplan, WTAJ News.